What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in another video on the channel, and today we made ourselves a nice stir fry. This recipe, honestly, it was a freestyle, but I tried some new things, so I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. But if you have any indication of what smell-o-vision is, I wish you could smell this through the screen because it smells absolutely phenomenal. I don't really know what to even call it. I guess we can call it like a green bean stir fry, like a barbecue, teriyaki. You don't need a name. It's just, look, if you want to try a recipe, this might be the one you want to try. So let's take you through it real quick. First thing we did, we got ourselves a pork tenderloin. This is one of the leaner cuts of pork that you can find. I know a lot of people don't eat pork. You can use chicken, shrimp, beef, whatever you like, but we use pork in this case. So you can see I got the whole tenderloin. I'm just going to cut this into bite-sized cubes. Look at my terrible editing. But it's in bite-sized cubes now. Transferred into our bowl. We had some garlic paste. I had some garlic paste I found at Walmart. In the produce section, and I put a little ginger, a little bit more seasonings in it, and we just rubbed it down, let it marinate for about an hour, and then finally we got our wok ready. You can use oil. Vegetable oil would be best, but I don't cook with oil. Somebody made a comment about oil one time that I should use like sesame oil. I don't use oil much because I try not to use oil when I cook, but that's the only reason. You can do it if you want to, but I use the spray, put our pork in there, and we sauteed it, browned it off for about a minute or two, just until it looked relatively good on the outside. After that, we had this stir fry sauce. I also found this. It was like a Korean barbecue stir fry sauce. Doesn't look very barbecue because it's kind of thin, but we used it anyway, put it in there, and we cooked this off for about like 9 minutes or so until the pork was pretty much cooked through. Once that was done, we have some diced peppers, onions, green and red peppers, put that in there, as well as some whole string beans, and we then tossed that up and let that cook off for about another minute or two till the vegetables were kind of tender, and then we just placed that on top of a nice bed of basmati rice. I could sleep on a bed of basmati rice. We topped it off with some sesame seeds, a little bit of green onion, and there we go. That is it. Simple stir fry, low-key meal. You know my low-key days. This is what it is right here. Y'all want to get in here? You can use any vegetable you want to, but green beans was just, I don't know. They were on sale. You can't find anything these days. I went to Walmart, like there's no meat left. Like, listen, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna find out anyway. Let's get in here. Ooh, man. Let's try it. Ooh, man. I can get a rice? There's the rice. I'll be trying to get a good scoop, but it looks good on my end, and then it looks stupid on your end. But anyway, here, don't tell nobody. We're just gonna act like we did that it came like this. But I'm drooling. Y'all hear it. I'm sorry. Honestly, it's better than takeout. I'm glad that I didn't cook it like too high of a heat when I let it simmer, because the meat is still perfectly tender, man. I even got a new plastic, but don't look too plastic, spoon and fork combo, so you don't have to listen to the scrapey mouth no more. I got y'all. Now see how we get down. It's a dub. My kind of meal, man. It's a nice fork spoon too, isn't it? I took another trip to Walmart today. Because the first Walmart I went to had no proteins. So I just brought the green bean on all that. Don't tell nobody. I went to another one. Wasn't no protein there either. I'm on a hunt for protein right now. That's wild. All they had left was shrimp. I did get some shrimp. And like funny meat. When I say funny meat, just like meat that I wouldn't eat on a daily basis, like intestines and stuff, And that's not for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I got to thinking when I was in the checkout aisle. I'm gonna ask you guys this. It's a weird, not weird, but a little off kilter of a question. What type of person are you in this situation? I was in the checkout aisle, and there was about 2 or 3 people in front of me. So I stood there in line, no biggie. And in the meantime, I was on my phone, like most people do in checkout aisles. About 15 minutes passed, and I realized we hadn't gone anywhere. And there were 2 women up in the front of the line, and I don't know what the issue was. But they had to get a manager. They came to the register. They kept pointing at the, the keypad where you swipe your card. From what it looked like on my end, it looked like their card was being declined for whatever reason. I could hear the person behind me as well as the person in front of me kind of like getting annoyed and complaining. I shop with headphones on, but they were like talking to each other through me, with, this is stupid, I can't believe this, like I have somewhere I have to be, that kind of talk. And then there's me in the middle, who I'll turn my headphones down, so, I do that a lot actually. I'm not going, this is true. When I hear people talking around me, and the topic might be a little like whatever, not the best, I use my headphones as a buffer. I learned this in the gym. I will keep my headphones in and turn the music all the way down so I can hear them, but I have headphones in and I'm not looking in their direction, so they don't know I hear them. So I'm listening to them for another 10 minutes, talk about where they had to be. Oh, there's no more lines. You know how Walmart is. Usually there's only like one checkout aisle. And if you go to a certain hour, the self-checkout's like not even like available. And then me on the other end is, in my head, all I could think about was I felt bad for the people up front. Because if their car was getting declined, if you ever had that happen to you, it's embarrassing. There was a few times in my life, namely when I was younger, that I either witnessed or was a part of people getting all the way up front and realizing they didn't have any money or some money to pay for their stuff. I one time watched a lady, now I didn't have any money either, else I probably would have paid for it. She had to put all her groceries back. And that's just like mad embarrassing. So that's where my line was. I was like embarrassed in the sense of like I felt bad. And it got resolved. It took I was in the checkout for like 45 minutes. But are you the type of person that when people are inconveniencing you, not by their own will, something that's kind of out of their control, like something like that, or maybe their car breaks down on a busy intersection and they can't get out of the way. Are you the type of person that would yell or get upset at the situation, or are you the type of person that like feels bad for that situation? Because I'm usually the type of person, I wouldn't say usually, I'm pretty much always the type of person that feels bad. Now that's not the same thing as somebody that's, walking in front of you on their cell phone and walking extremely slow and taking up the whole walkway and just not even paying attention to the people around them. See, that's just rude. That's different, But in those situations like that, I always feel bad, man. Because if it's a minor inconvenience for you, you don't know what other people are going through. I always think that in my head. Like, you just don't know what other people are going through. And my perspective on a lot of things is that no matter how bad your life or your situation is at the time, you know. I feel like there's always somebody that is going through something worse than you are, you know. Like, if you're still here and you're still breathing, there's more than likely somebody going through something, and it's worse than your situation, you know. These people were talking in the checkout aisle about how, like, you know, they're gonna miss the end of, like, the game. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's just like a stupid mentality to have. You know, like, I don't understand people sometimes. Honestly. And you never know what the person in front of you is dealing with. There's a stem on my green bean. They're fresh. So, yeah, man. Just like, I feel like people a lot of times have no, like, empathy for anybody. And a lot of people live in this bubble where they don't care about other people's stuff. They just care about their own well-being, you know? And to an extent, I do think that you have to have a concern for your own well-being, of course. But if you're talking about, like, minor inconveniences for you, people are just, like super selfish. And I can't say that's a new thing. It's not a new thing. But, you know, I feel like live in a society that if something doesn't directly affect you, you just don't give a shit. It doesn't mean you have to go around just trying to help the entire world, but if you can make one person's day better and that doesn't make you feel good, you probably need to, like reevaluate the way you think, you know? I don't even know how else to put that. You know? There are a lot of people in the world that do think like this, where they say, you know, I get joy out of helping someone else's day. But I think there's a lot of people in the world that are just like, whatever. Like, you know, the world sucks anyway, so I'm just gonna do whatever. The world sucks because a lot of people think like that. You know, if that's how you feel, you know, like, in that negative mindset where, like, whatever, like, I'm gonna do me. The reason that everybody's in a bad situation is because everybody's thinking like you. And if more people had a mindset where they gave a shit about other people as well as themselves, because you have to give a shit about yourself too, we'd probably all be in a lot better mindset. But it's not how we live, you know? And that sucks. There's a lot of people out there that aren't happy. So they might not realize it, but they get satisfaction and it makes them happy to project their own misery onto other people, you know? I've seen this in almost every scenario I can think of. It's like that friend that's in a relationship and they break up with their significant other, and all of a sudden they come back around and they're like, you know, hey, let's go out, I'm single. And you're like, I still, you know, I'm with my person, like, we don't. And they're like, oh, you want that, you know, they try to, like, bring you with them. And I've been there. And the funny thing I've always noticed when it comes to people like that is you'll get out with them. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna be there for my friend, I'm gonna go out, blah, blah. They start talking to you how your relationship needs to be done with. Because they want to be miserable with you. You know? Or people that, you know, use any kind of mind-altering substance, whether that's alcohol, you know, or worse. If you don't want to do it, then you're like, oh, they're like, oh, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I have 2 friends that don't like drink at all. One started drinking later on, but they didn't for like a long time. And every time we go out, people would be like, "Oh, I'll just have a drink." And you know, and they're like, "No, I don't want one." Like, I don't drink. They're like, "Why? Why not? Just take one. It's not gonna like." Why is it like that? People that are trying to diet, you know, "Oh, let's go out to eat." No, I don't want to. I'm trying to watch what I eat. Oh, one's not gonna. It's always one's not gonna kill. It's always that. They always trying to get in the way of progress. And I'm gonna tell you this: if you're around a person like that, and they can't respect your decision, that's not your friend. That's not your friend. They can tell you whatever they want to tell you. That's not your friend. I think people mistake associates and people you associate with and actual friends. To me, a friend, like an actual friend, is somebody that no matter what the situation, they got your back. And as long as you two got each other back, that's a real friend. Like, if you called your friend right now and was like, "Yo, I'm in trouble, I need you, come get me," whatever. And they were like, "Alright." That's a friend. But the friend that tries to sleep with your boyfriend or talks about you when you're not there negatively and says stuff that they wouldn't say to your face, it's not a friend. A real friend's gonna give it to you straight, but between y'all. You feel me? Like, I always keep it a stack with my friends, but I'm not gonna do it in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even want it to be mistaken as I'm gonna embarrass them. And I feel like too many people, they're just trying to look good for other people. They try to put on a show, you know? People are just too worried about what like everybody around you thinks of you instead of what you actually are. So, social media didn't help that. I'm sorry. I know some people don't like this freaking sound. It's still not as bad as with the metal, but just be yourself, man, and be real. Like, if people can't respect you for who you are, like, then, like, screw them. Fuck them. You know? Like, if you have friends and you're like, "I don't know, what are my boys or what are my girls gonna think?" I ain't your friends. My real friends, my actual friends, there's nothing that they could say to me about them in the sense of like, "Yo, like I'm in the closet." I've told them that too. I was like, "Listen, bro, if you was in, like," and I'm not saying it like in a negative way, like, if you was in the closet, I would never, like, that. Imagine, that's not a friend, bro. That's not a friend. You know what I'm saying? I yell at my friends all the time, but not in public. Like, if I think they're doing something stupid, like, I will check my friends, and they check me too, but not in public. You know, same thing as if like I have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever. Like, I expect the girl I'm with, the woman I'm with, to check me, not in public, but check me. I would check you too, not like that, not like, "Oh," but I'm saying, like, say you was at a party with your girl or your man or whatever, and they was acting a fool, whatever it was, or there was an argument with somebody, I'm gonna have your back in public. But when we get in the car, I'm gonna be like, "Listen, you was out of pocket. Between you and me, you was out of pocket. But you said, no, I'm not gonna argue with you in public. I'm not gonna tell you that in public. I'm not gonna do it. Nah. You could say 2 + 2 is 5 in front of everybody. And I'm like, "That's right, baby. 2 + 2 is 5. That's what it is. I'm telling you right now. Look, this is how it is." But when we get in that car, it's 4. That's the way it goes. I feel like people don't have a real friendship or a real relationship if you can't do that. And if you feel the need to check your man or your woman or whatever in public, stop doing that. Have the respect to back them in public, but also have the respect to be real with them and tell them the truth. Alone. With manners. Unless they ask if they look bad. Like, hey, does I look bad in this dress? You look delicious. They always look great, no matter what. Truth of the matter is, if you're really with somebody and you rocking with them, they always look good anyway. That's also true though. I'm scraping a plate because this is delicious. When you're really rocking with somebody, like you really with somebody that you like for real rock with, it don't matter what. They could lose a foot, they can gain 100 pounds, they could lose 100 pounds. They could shave their head, they could lose their hair, they could wear a clown suit, and you gonna rock with them. And if you don't feel that way, and you feel like your significant other doesn't feel that way, find no significant other. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I'm with you, I don't like feet, but I will kiss the feet that you walk on. I don't want to kiss no foot, but you get what I'm saying. Worship the ground that you walk on. That's what it is, and if I expect to feel that way in return. And if it ain't that, I don't want it. You better come get some stir fry and kiss the ground I walk on, or kiss the ground you walk on. And the same goes with friends. If you got a friend, you rock with your friend forever. What it is, they doing something stupid. Yo, you being stupid. No, I'm not. All right, I had to tell you, you my homie. Do what you gotta do. That's it. I would never ask my friends to corroborate this, but I've done this with my friends. Yo, this is like blank. I just want to tell you, but I'm not going. Especially if you dating. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. If someone you're like, and this is how you like, if somebody's dating somebody you don't like, I've been in this situation. I'm gonna say it once. That's it. After that, you on your own, partner. I said my piece. I'm gonna rock with them because I rock with you. I'm gonna be respectful. I'm not gonna be rude. Don't be rude to your friends, even when they're rude to you. All right. And if they break up, and you be like, all right, I told you. Anyway, it was a quick one today. Tomorrow will 99% is going to be a showdown. I think I'm going to do them on Fridays until, unless the unfiltered comes back. A lot of people have been asking about that. And, it's been a crazy last 2 months since Omarion. And I'm not making excuses. I understand that people enjoy my friend, but I cannot force my friend to hop on my YouTube channel. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get that you're asking, but it's like, at least gotta be respectful about it, because he's a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't make anybody do anything. And I'm not saying he doesn't want to. I'm just saying it's not a number one priority for him to put on a video for you guys. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's my channel at the end of the day. Like, he's my friend, and if we're out and I say, yo, do you want to, like, whatever, and he says, yeah, then we go. But I'm not gonna be like, yo, you need to get your ass on camera. Like, that's not him. This is me. This is my channel. He's my friend, and like I'm sure it'll be a when, not an if. When he wants to do it, and when we whatever, then we will do it. But like, understand that. I know no one's trying to be rude when they ask that, because some people are like, yo, like, tell him to come. Like, I can't, bro. Like, that's my friend. I'm not gonna do that to my friends or my family. People ask about my parents. I have brought up the topic of to my father in particular, of coming on the channel. Like I said, yo, you can. And he's like, nah, that's your thing. You know what I can't make nobody do no shit. Like, I'm not a phony person. I don't make content for the purpose of content. Like, if my people are with me and they want to hop on camera, like, yeah. But I'll never be like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, nah, man, that's not me. Like, I love doing this and they enjoy it, but it's it's my job. You get what I'm saying? It's like asking your friends to go to work with you, and they ain't like, what do you want me to do? I'll tell you what, put $100 in the Venmo. I bet he'd do it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want me to do? But at the end of the day, like, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But until then, I'll put the showdown thing on Friday, and then when that happens, I will move it to another day, if/when. Just keep rocking, man. It's like I'm a human being, and we're humans. You know what I mean? But anyway, That's gonna be the end of the video. Tomorrow we will be back. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.